the one thing that, Pat and I want to tell you guys is as we're going through this and we go through more content, as we're going through other future episodes, we're not here to sell you guys books that you read at once and put on a shelf. We are doing something different, real one-on-one coaching connections, right? A real plan built around your actual situation, scenario, pressures this is not a chapter written for a general audience. This is unique to you and tailored to you and your experience. Hey, Pat, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing great, man.
This is it. We got through it. We've got you talking through performing under pressure, and we were able to just run through all these episodes, all these topics. It is so exciting. And you know what I love, Pat? A lot of the folks that listened to it, even before we completed the whole series and releasing it, we were already getting direct feedback. There were a lot of questions, a lot of folks that are already finding a benefit and value. And I'm excited, and I cannot wait for us to share everything out here and for you, the audience listening in. This is really great content, really great real life feedback. And folks, honestly, I encourage you guys again to listen to everything if you haven't already done so. And what I'll be doing now and what Pat and I will be doing is we're going to be recapping just what we went through with, our topic of performing under pressure, but then also the subtopics where we broke it down into pillars. And one of the first pillars, or the first pillar we went through, is mindset. And this was something important, with mindset. It is something critical. And as Pat has alluded to before, we're talking about what it is with championship mentality, failing forward, growth outside comfort, team over ego, and gratitude. These are 5 things you can carry into any high pressure moment. And with this mindset pillar, Pat, I wanted to ask you, of these 5, which of these do you find yourself coming back to most in your own life right now?
Well, I believe that surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, it's actually gratitude. I think your mindset in performing under pressure has to do with like being excited for the moment, appreciating the opportunity to perform, to take your shot, to give that speech or shoot that shot, right? And so if we come back to gratitude and being thankful for the opportunity, then we get excited about it, right? Now we're ready to go tackle it. We're not worried about the outcome. We're excited for the opportunity. And I think that all stems from gratitude. And the more I've focused on gratitude, whether it's in sports or business or my personal life, the more I've relaxed and really been able to give the best of myself.
Yeah, and I love that, Pat, because one of the things you were working with me on, with the folks I work with, and even with me, it's reminding, like, have gratitude, right? So I love that, and that there's truth in that we apply today. Second pillar we went through was confidence, and this was a big one for me. A lot of us, as we're going through and learning, you got to have confidence. So confidence is not a feeling you wait for; it's built, right? So it's what you shared in our previous episodes with the cavity moment, the ping pong moment, the prep nobody sees, right? And the voice you choose when you're in doubt. And we do have those voices in our doubt. And on this one, Pat, if someone is lacking confidence or they're dipping in confidence right now, what would be one thing you'd tell them to do today?
I would tell them to focus on their passion. What brought them here to this moment? What made them so excited to tackle this challenge? And through that passion, we start to feed the different things that bring out more confidence, right? Whether it's the practice and the reps that we're excited to go after, or whether it's just feeling good about past successes. It all comes down to belief in self, right? And if I believe I can tackle any challenge, it doesn't matter whether I've done it yet or not. Again, we kind of go back to excited for the opportunity to try. And I think that all stems from just being passionate about what you do and giving your full heart to it.
Yeah, 100%, Pat, 100%. The final pillar we talked about, was preparation. I always love this one because you got to prepare to succeed, you prepare. And preparation is not, it's not just one, it's everything, right? It's the physical, it's the mental, it's the team, it's the effort. It runs all through one chain. You get the trust, you get the trust in the leadership and the team. Do your job, I'll do my job, work hard, embrace failure, embrace challenge, as we've discussed in previous episodes, right? And of that whole chain that we just discussed, where does it usually break first, trust or effort?
Yeah, I think especially when we're talking about team scenarios, it comes down to the effort. I think when everybody's putting max effort in, it's easy to build trust in that. You can believe that they're going to give you everything they can. It's when the effort starts going down that you start to lose faith in your teammates, right? So I think we have to start from working hard for each other. And if we can combine our efforts as a team, then the trust builds it and we're able to accomplish anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that's really important. I think that's a big one. Right. And, I learned that that was something you had talked to about with my team and I when we brought you in. So absolutely 100% work. Now, to recap, over the last few episodes, Pat and I broke down the three pillars, which we just discussed: mindset, confidence, and preparation. Today, we're officially closing it out and tying it together and telling you, the audience, exactly how to work with Pat, myself, and the team if this actually applies to your life, your situation, what your goals are. We are here. Pat is here, right? So these are things that we want to make sure you engage with us. One of the things too I'll talk through is, the mindset is what you believe. Confidence is what you have proven to yourself, is something you've always said, Pat. And then preparation is what makes it repeatable. That's the key thing. Preparation is what makes it repeatable. And pressure is just the moment all three get tested at once. Pat, that's something you had taught us, and I've listened to you talk to others about. And I really love the fact that, to me, it's about being repeatable and everything gets tested at once. That's why it's performing under pressure. And Pat, one of the things that I want folks to understand as they're listening into the summary, again, you've got these multiple championships coaching runs, right? Years in trade. You've coached people not just in sports, but also in, professionalism. You coach people, mentored them. And this is something that I would say, whether or not you have a personal relationship with them, or it's a business, or it's a mentorship, or it's a coaching, a lot of this is leadership that I've observed from you and that people always come back and say. And I think what translates to this is not just the locker room job site, but it's, again, as we said, it's the things that are repeatable with the mindset and the confidence with the system you put in place with these programs, Pat. So I wanted you to, because that's applied to us, things that you've advised on, like, Erwin, with these pressure moments, don't forget about this. How are the things to overcome how you're anxious, or the preparation, or how about that mindset, right? Or the self-coach talk, right? Those are things that I love it. And honestly, dude, that's the honest version of why this works. And I think, Pat, to compliment you further, you've spent your career under pressure. That is visible. Everyone's seen it on the field, again, on the job site. And, you've helped me, you've helped a lot of our clients, you've helped a lot of people, and, that sometimes go invisible, but we wanted to make sure that they know the people that are the magicians behind the curtain, people like you, Pat. So people like you are the ones that help prepare people like me in boardrooms, or athletes on the field, help people put together cap tables and exits, and just how to go overcome anxiousness on the field. And these are things that don't always get talked about. So I'm here to go say that, right? Because it's, whether it's a conference room, boardroom, field, mentorship, people you're talking with, life. I love it, because that's why you're a life coach and you're really good at what you do. And Pat, I wanted to open it up to you, give you some time to go talk to the audience and let them know from your words what you want them to take away.
Yeah, thanks, Erwin. I appreciate that and the kind words. This is my passion. I've proven what I can do through teaching teams on the soccer field, in the business field, and even individual life coaching and mentoring people. I really enjoy trying to help build teams and develop leadership skills in individuals. And I've found like a lot of success over the years, and I just really want to share and work with more people. Again, my passion comes from helping others become successful. And I've learned all these different tools, whether it's from building a confident mindset or approaching something with the right outlook on how to attack this and not have fear of failure, fail forward, learn from our mistakes, and really just like have a passion for opportunity to go perform under pressure. I think that's what life is about, is like taking these opportunities and not knowing how it's going to turn out. And I think that the way I've been able to help mentor and develop people's mindset, they've become excited and passionate about these pressure moments. And they've been able to really achieve a lot and perform under pressure, build that confidence, build leadership, develop team. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this week and share some of this stuff with your viewers. And I hope people reach out and are looking for somebody to help consult with them and their teams and or develop their leadership or even a personal mentor. So if it's maybe one of you guys out there, I look forward to meeting you and the opportunity to work together.
Pat, you are absolutely a great person. I enjoyed working. That's why I keep coming back to you. I've referred you to others, right, around the world globally that you've worked.
Thank you.
So I want everyone to know that that's just, what a talent, the passion is there. You could feel it, you could see it, you could breathe it, right? And the key thing, the one thing that, Pat and I want to tell you guys is, as we're going through this and we go through more content, as we're going through other future episodes, we're not here to sell you guys books that you read at once and put on a shelf. Anybody could write a book. We are doing something different, real one-on-one coaching connections, right? A real plan built around your actual situation, scenario, pressures that you will talk about, Pat will talk to you about, we'll talk to you about, and then your actual teams or people, organization, or players in your actual moment. This is not a chapter written for a general audience. This is unique to you and tailored to you and your experience. And that's just something that I want to make sure everyone's aware of. These are things that are of value. See what everyone's talking about, and subscribe, guys. This is Performing Under Pressure, right? This whole series, and it's going through and talking about mindset and business, sports, and boardroom every week, right? You could see all these things. So, we'll talk about other topics and stuff that we'll take feedback from you guys, but subscribe to, Wisdom Wealth Winning. We've got it on YouTube, we've got it on Instagram, we've got it on TikTok, and you'll be able to message us directly there and book. And then, comment pillar that on any of these that hit the hardest on you, whether that's mindset, confidence, or preparation, and tell us the pressure moment you're in right now. Let us know. We'd love to hear. And if any part of the mindset, confidence, or the preparation is something you want built into your own game plan, as Pat has said earlier, and you just don't want to read about it, but we want to build it to you, Pat and I are here to take on a limited number of one-on-one coaching clients. We are getting a lot of demand now. So together and individually, we'll be able to talk with you, right? So just again, contact us. There's a link in our bios and direct message, and just use the word pressure, and we'll get back to you and get you the details, guys. Again, on behalf of myself, Erwin Reyes, at Pat Powers, this is Performing Under Pressure series. And Pat, I just want to thank you again for taking the time to talk with us today, talk with the audience, to share your expertise, to make sure people get this genuine, authentic, passionate person who's helped many around the world succeed. And I just want to thank you, Pat. I appreciate your time, and to the next episodes and to the next ones. Thanks, guys, for joining. Appreciate your time.